inherited by the Samaritan Jews. Amazingly, they still pray the contact prayers, using the key. The meaning of the words is exactly the same as the Quranic al-Fatiha, and the sound of those words is almost the same, since Aramaic and Arabic are very closely related languages. But we have said that Adam was also given the key. Clearly, we do not know what language Adam spoke, but there is no reason that he could not have been given the key in his own language, as Abraham was in his. In fact, there is mathematical evidence that he was. Let us begin examining this evidence by 12 direct contact, looking more closely at the above quoted verses, particularly verses 2, 37 and 7. 23. These two verses are connected by the fact that their chapter and verse number digits add up to 12. 2. 37 2 plus 3 plus 7 equals 12 7. 23 7 plus 2 plus 3 equals 12. But there are some far more significant correlations with these two verses and al-Fatiha. To start, we can represent 2. 37 with the number 237, and 7, 23 with 723. Note that 237 and 723 are made up from the same digits 2, 3 and 7. Then, there are 28 words in al-Fatiha. The sum of the 7 verse numbers for this chapter is also 28. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 equals 28. Therefore, we will use the number 28 to represent al-Fatiha in the following mathematical relations with the above verses. Taking 723 to represent 7, 23, 237 to represent 2, 37 and 28 to represent al-Fatiha, we find 723 237 28 equals 19x 3806512 723 plus 237 plus 28 equals 988 equals 19x 52. How it started. 13. Please note that though 237 comes before 723 in the Quran, it was actually revealed after it. Chapter 7 was the 39th chapter revealed, and chapter 2 was the 87th chapter revealed. This is why we put 723 first in the above mathematical relations. Also, Adam and Eve asked to be redeemed in 7:23, and then God gave them the words to use to redeem themselves in 2:37. When God gave them these words, it was similar to the way in which a parent teaches his child. When the child asks for something, the parent says, "Say, please." The parent tells the child what he must say to get what he wants. God told Adam what he must say to be redeemed. Now, let us continue to look at the same numbers mentioned above. This time let us represent al-Fatiha with its 7 verse numbers all in a line. 1,234,567. Now we find the following: 723 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 equals 19x 3805 1293 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 237 equals 19x 64,977,223. In the first line above, we have created a number that is divisible by 19 by putting the chapter and 14 direct contact verse number where Adam and Eve asked to be redeemed, and then the 7 verse numbers of al-Fatiha. In the second line, we see that a divisible number is formed by representing al-Fatiha with its 7 verse numbers and then putting the chapter and verse numbers where God teaches Adam and Eve what to say. Since God gave Adam and Eve words to redeem themselves, we must realize how critical these words are for us too. Satan swore to God, swearing by God's own majesty, that he will mislead us all if he can. He said, "I swear by your majesty, that I will send them all astray, except your worshippers who are devoted absolutely to you alone." Quran. The Final Testament 38. 82-83. Adam represented all of humanity. In giving al-Fatiha to Adam, God was giving those words to us too. How it started. 15. They are the exact words which God gave us to recite in our contact prayers to redeem ourselves. In the next chapter we will look at the key al-Fatiha, also known as the opening chapter, more closely, beginning with its first verse. 16. Direct contact 3. The Basmalah. The first verse of al-Fatiha is known as the Basmalah, the Arabic for "in the name of God." The Basmalah translates into English as "in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful." The illustration of appended below shows the Arabic verse in beautifully designed calligraphy. You can find the English transliteration, the Arabic calligraphy of al-Fatiha. 17-18. Direct contactors replaced by their English equivalents in the next chapter. The Basmalah is used by Muslims universally. It is used in the prayers, in daily activities, and is pronounced over anything we eat. There are many aspects of the Basmalah which are numerically coded. Since this book is about the contact prayers, we will share with you only those things that relate to the contact prayers, but we recommend that you consult the appendix for more information on the comprehensive and miraculous coding of this single phrase. In fact, the man who first discovered the code of 19 in the Quran, Drive, Rashad Khalifa, believed that the code is based on the Basmalah. Since Drive, Khalifa opened the door to these discoveries, others have found many additional aspects of the code, but the Basmalah remains the cornerstone. The Basmalah is made up of 19 Arabic letters. Those 19 letters form 4 Arabic words. Bism in the name of Allah God Al-Rahman Most Gracious. The Basmalah 19 Al-Rahim Most Merciful. Each of these words plays an important part in the Quran's mathematical coding. Bism is the first word in the Basmalah. However, the way in which it is encoded is a bit more complex than the other letters. Because of this, we will take the liberty of discussing the other words first. It is more appropriate to examine the next word, Allah, first anyway. God is always first and foremost. Allah occurs in the Quran 2698 times, or 19 times 142. If you add the verse numbers for all 2698 occurrences, you get 118,123, or 19 times 6,217. There are many other more complex ways in which Allah participates in the coding of the Quran, but these illustrate the obvious fact that God's own name is an important aspect in the code. Al-Rahman occurs in the Quran 57 times, or 19 times 3. Al-Rahim occurs 114 times, or 19 times 6. This is also the number of chapters in the Quran. Truly God was most merciful in blessing us with those 114 chapters. 20 Direct contact. Now we come back to Bism, as we promised. Bism is a grammatical form of the Arabic word, ism, which means name. Ism occurs in the Quran exactly 19 times. The form, Bism, occurs in the Quran 3 times, in verses 1, 11, 41 and 27, 30. If you add the chapter and verse numbers for these occurrences, you get 1 plus 1 plus 11 plus 41 plus 27 plus 30 equals 111. If you then add 3 for the number of occurrences, you get 1 plus 11 plus 41 plus 27 plus 30 plus 3 equals 114, or 19 times 6. Recall that this number 114 is also the number of chapters in the Quran. Perhaps even more significant is the fact that if you put the above verses in their order of revelation, 1, 27, 30 then 11, 41 and create one number, with each chapter number followed by its verse number all next to each other 1, 27, 30, 11, 41. This number is a multiple of 19. 1,127,301,141 equals 19x 59,331,639. As submitting monotheists, we use the Basmalah many times in our day. It begins each recitation of Al-Fatiha, the key, during our contact prayers, or any other time we recite the key. The Basmalah also must be pronounced over any food we eat. The Basmalah 21. In fact, it is a good way to begin anything we do, for shouldn't all of our works be dedicated to God? 22 Direct contact. For Al-Fatiha, the key. As we have seen, all of the words of the first verse of the Al-Fatiha are integral parts of the miraculous numerical code of the Quran. But what about the rest of the Al-Fatiha, the first chapter of the Quran? What about the rest of the words given to Adam and even to us to redeem ourselves? We will see that all parts of this critical chapter, called surah in Arabic, are numerically coded. Before we begin to look at all the other verses, phrases and individual words, let us look at Al-Fatiha as a whole. Here is the entire chapter, with the Arabic transliteration, the Arabic letters converted into their English equivalents, and the English translation from Dr. Rashad Khalifa's Quran, The Final Testament, 1992. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rahim, in the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. 1. Alhamdulillahirabbil. Praise be to God, Lord of the universe. 1. 2. 4 Direct contact. Arrahmanir Rahim, most gracious, most merciful. 1. 3. Malikiyyawmid, Deen, Master of the Day of Judgment. 1. 4. Eyyaaka Nabudi, Waeyyaaka Nastar, and you alone we worship. You alone we ask for help. 1. 5. Ehdnassiraatatalmustaqim, guide us in the right path. 1. 6 Sirraatallazina and Amtalayhim. The path of those whom you blessed. Ghayrilmaghdobi, alayhim waladdaalen, not of those who have deserved wrath, nor of the strayers. 1. 7 Al-Fatihah 25. If you do not know the Arabic, try sounding it out from the transliteration. You will find that even though it looks complicated, God has arranged the sounds of this critical prayer in a way that makes it easy to say and learn. Like anything of value, it may require a little bit of work to learn these few lines in Arabic. But once you have learned them, you have learned all the Arabic you will ever need to know to make direct contact with your Creator. You will have learned the exact words which God taught us to use to contact Him directly. These words are like the phone number for the direct line to the Creator and Sustainer of the universe. When you recite them, you are establishing a direct link with God, much like dialing a private phone number. Congratulations, what an honor it is to have been given God's private phone number. But it is not an honor unless you use it. If the President of the United States gave you his private phone number and asked you to call him at a specified time, wouldn't you do it? If the President sat by the phone waiting for your call, but you never called, what kind of honor would that be? 26 Direct contact. As you recite the Arabic words of Al-Fatihah, count the number of times that your lips touch. You will find that they touch exactly 19 times. Do you see how God is reassuring us that we should be saying this important prayer, and we should be saying it in Arabic? As we continue exploring the verses, phrases and individual words of Al-Fatihah, you will see more proof for this point. 6 How to do the prayers. This chapter is a reproduction of the prayer booklet written by Dr. Rashad Khalifa to accompany his audio and video tapes teaching the prayers. If you are not Muslim, you will probably find this chapter to be very helpful in understanding the prayers. If you are Muslim, you will still find some very interesting information here. The contact prayers. Salat. Step-by-step explanation of the 5 daily contact prayers. What to do. What to say. Abraham. Original source of the contact prayers. The Quran teaches us in many surahs that submission in Arabic. Islam is the religion of Abraham. Please consult 2. 135, 3. 95, 4. 125, 6. 161 and 22. 78. Muhammad was a follower of Abraham, as 35-36 Direct contact. We learn from 16. 123. All religious practices in submission Islam were given to us through Abraham. They include 1. The 5 daily contact prayers. Salat. 2. The obligatory charity Zakat. 3. The fasting during Ramadan, and 4. The Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca. Specifically, we learn from the Quran 21:73 that the contact prayers Salat and the obligatory charity Zakat were given to Abraham. Numerous verses throughout the Quran inform us that the contact prayers were in existence, intact, and practiced before the advent of Muhammad. See for example 8:35 and 9:54. All positions of the contact prayers are found in the Quran, including the standing position 3:39, 39, 9, and the bowing and prostrating positions Ruku and Sujud 2:43, 3, 43, 9, 112, 22, 26 and 77. The 5 times are specified in the Quran. 1. The dawn prayer is mentioned by name in 24:58. Before sunrise. How to do the prayers. 37. 2. The noon prayer is specified in 17:78. When the sun declines. 3. The afternoon prayer is in 2:238. Midway between noon and sunset. 4. The sunset prayer is mentioned in 11:114. Immediately after sunset. 5. The night prayer is in 11:114, and is mentioned by name in 24:58. The call to prayer Azan is not a part of the contact prayers, nor is it required, but it has become a tradition in the Muslim communities to summon the people to prayer through a loud announcement. The original Azan used to conform with the Quran's teachings and became corrupted with time. Originally, the call to prayer consisted of 1. Allahu Akbar, God is great, 4 times. 2. La ilaha illa Allah, there is no other God beside God, once. Many years later, some people added Muhammad's name to the Azan. This violates God's Com 38 direct contact commandments in 2:136, 2:285, 3:84, 4, 150 and 72. 18. Later, other groups of Muslims added the names of Ali and his family. Today, the Azan is severely corrupted throughout the Muslim world, and constitutes idol worship, not submission to God alone. The correct azan if you pray by yourself, an azan is not needed. The azan is usually observed when a group of people are ready to observe the prayer. One person stands up and utters the azan words, or chants them as follows. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, God is great, God is great. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illa Allah, there is no other God beside God. Preparation for the contact prayer. The ablution. O you who believe, in preparation for the contact prayer, you shall how to do the prayers. 39 1 Wash your faces, 2 Wash your arms to the elbows, 3 Wipe your heads with wet hands, and 4 Wash your feet to the ankles. 5. 6 Like all other aspects of submission, the Muslims have corrupted the ablution by adding unauthorized steps. Ironically, the innovations became vested with such authority that anyone who questions them finds himself accused of innovation.